to the positive. 6 years ago on Thanksgiving, this beautiful human sat next to me. He was shaved. He had really high cheekbones, piercingly beady little brown eyes. I didn't know why there's this Celtic way the eyes do this certain thing that they did. And I thought he was like sort of a washed up looking old... Wow, that was a nice kick. Oh, do I get more of that kick? Can I get a little more of that kick? Woo! Yeah, and he's doing pretty good. I think all the health food I put in him over the years. For instance, like, what is he? What's his latest thing? He will eat some fruits. He will eat some cooked vegetables. He's no longer drinking Everclear. And I guess that was the old incarnation of filling bellies, the nice one, under Cory Buck. And was that really nice lady at Mary? Her name is Mary, the Buddhist chick. Mary Guile. Oh, I loved her. Riverfolk and hospice care healer lady. But yeah, he sat across from me, and I was like, isn't he precious? But he didn't even have that gorgeous big red Santa Claus beard back then. He just had a very nice chin. And we watched a documentary about Osama bin Laden the first time we met. That's pretty suspicious. I was too modest to brag on what's his name? What's your name? I'm sure, yeah. I know your Twitter handle, but not Rob O'Neill, being my cousin on my great grandma's side, sort of like my second cousin, something, or his. My grandma was his grandma's half sister. Yeah. And I thought he was too cute to get too close to. And Dan Kennedy sat next to me, proceeded to talk a bunch of hippy-dippy stuff about psilocybin, etc. And George later told me, he was like, shh, don't talk to her, she's all mine. And that's why he was so excessively quiet and modest. And I thought they were both cute, honestly, but George is more like my type classically, because I don't really go for brunettes, dudes. Well, but Dan was the smart, talkative one, and I viewed them as like, oh, they're my new best guy friends. Dan and I have our ups and downs continually. Friends, block, unblock, call, gotta talk to you, can't stand you, won't talk to you, whatever. 5 seconds into a conversation, it usually gets derailed. And I guess he admires the work I've done trying to keep his friend in good shape. He texted me evidently about the homeless one, Mary Zero. I don't know how to handle this Corey Quint graffiti down in the pit by the Fort George Brewery. I like self-expression. I mean, what does he want? He should like express himself a little better than that. He's 42. I think he could do better than that. But maybe that, like, George, what do you think of the graffiti? What do you think of my stalker's graffiti? Homeless? And why is Corey putting his hand around my throat supposed to represent all homeless? I don't think that represents all homeless. And like, what about advocating for homeless women who don't want any hand around their throat? Gosh, isn't George just eye candy for years? He looks so great in this jacket. These little jackets were like, his was like 23, mine was 30. I got some as cheap as now 17 and 20, now that they're on super clearance, and I gave one to Jules and one to Dre. And I can't wait to see them. I heard Jules was in it and somebody knew, and then I get like totally different reactions. Like people think George is doing better because he's in a stiff jacket, and I'm like, well, wait till I get him a silk handkerchief and wait till he has pressed trousers. But it's amazing how clothing can make you feel good. And I think because I've been wearing black for ages, navy is more flattering to our skin tone. It makes us look more rosy complected. On the 16th, on the way to Costco, I got to high-five Stephen. High-five to Stephen across the universe, and he showed me pictures of his beautiful children and his mom. And I saw Jose, Dre, Stephen, and Clarence all in one day, and Robert. And those are like my top cool guys, yeah, my top dudes, my top homies. It felt so good to point out that Corey quit harassing me about black men, specifically Dre. I felt racist in the court hearing. Stuff feels good. It doesn't really matter if the judge didn't seem okay with me pointing out any racism, including Matt Williams saying the N-word. She didn't seem to see why that was relevant. And I'm like, whoa, Judge McIntosh, are you in the... So I'll show you my post-court face. This is like... So Corey quit while he did put his flaccid micropenis in my face and towards my genital region after ripping my clothes off, didn't successfully have intercourse with me. So the fact that he lied on the stand, ooh, perjury's the new low. I might even dislike perjury more than I dislike what he did to me. Hand on the throat perjury, hand on the throat perjury. I don't know. Ethics are important. And I made the judge say morality and ethics in the same sentence, and she stumbled over them like it was like me trying to eat seafood. I was like, morality and ethics. She's like, what words are you feeding me, Mary Ng? And I confronted Matt on chasing me red-faced across the road in a meth rage. I confronted him on punching out Ciara's tooth and calling her the C word. I got the director's sexual innuendo into the record. Oh, yeah, and I have an audio file to go listen to. Oh, lucky me, that was $8. And then I've got to figure out my password for the record, or see if my software is correct. I think it's a web-based audio file. Nerve-wracking. And who knows, maybe there are more lies I might hear, because I walked out for some of the fake up. But yeah, Lifeboat made Monica Gibbs testify for the guy who put his flaccid micropenis in my face. And I'm like, whoa. You know, I've never had a boss ask me to do that. Thank God. Doubt I will. I mean, you know, and actually back in like 10 years ago when everybody was kissing up to Julian Assange, it was pretty, you know, they were still in the Polanski era of sexual assault awareness. I think a lot of people were just in denial that great men do creepy shit. I know a lot of people went through that. So, oh hey, look, it's the St. Mary Hospital. Isn't that great? Love that. Love that. Yeah. Yeah, that's so 2010, y'all.